Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm going to show you a recipe that's both beautiful for the fall and great in terms of simple ingredients, easy to make, and looks gorgeous at the same time. We're going to start with our pre-made pie crust. Now, a lot of people like to make their own crust. I even understand there's a whole wheat crust out there for a healthy option. You know what? You are allowed a few shortcuts in life. I'm going to cut my little pie crust here. We're going to lay these right on top of our little mini tart shaper. All right, we can just pull these out and do this, and they just come out so nice and easy. Like I said, if you're ambitious and you like to make your own crust, do it. I, again, like those little shortcuts in life. We are going to go all the way and fill up all these. Now, one thing with our little tart shaper, look how this just presses right down in. And you know what? The greatest thing about this is a wonderful thing to do with the kids. They love helping, and this is very easy to do with children. We're just going to press those right into the bottom of here. Looks like we're good to go. You know what? Some of these we're going to just smush a little bit more together to make sure that it creates that nice base and everything starts melting through there. Now we're going to take our fancy little green apples here. Here is a great recipe that's all about apples. You get the nutrition. And you know what? We're not using the peel, which makes a wonderful snack too. You just feed those to your kids like chips. Filled with nutrition. Watch me just have a lot of fun here. We're going to take the peel off, which, you know, if you want to keep cutting boards a little bit longer, it's really good to use like a mineral oil. They don't need a fancy coating. They just need a little coating of mineral oil to maintain, because one thing that people have gotten out of the habit is maintaining what they have, and that's what we want to see more of. Right now is a fun time to go find an orchard nearby and take the kids. There we go. We'll just get all that off of there because we don't want people chewing into their dessert. We want them to be able to go down smooth and easy. And the nice thing about this dessert, even though you're seeing caramel syrup and nuts and caramel, is that they're bite-sized, which is wonderful for being on a diet. You get to enjoy the treats and the pleasures of the party without worrying as much about the calories because they're bite-sized. And one of the biggest things in dieting is proportion. Always want to be thinking proportion. Do this, then we're just going to quarter this a little bit. And now we come to the fun part. We get to chop. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And you know what the beauty of this, for that guy that pulled out in front of you on the way home from the grocery store, for the woman who got in front of you at the grocery line. Oh, and you know what? If there's anything your kids enjoy, it is definitely this step. And we'll put these in our nice bowl here. I'm just going to scrape all of that with our handy scraper here into our bowl. And that is where we are going to mix a little bit of flour to thicken, 2 tablespoons of flour. So we have the 2 Granny Smith apples, 2 tablespoons of flour. You can just use caramel sauce. I actually found the butterscotch caramel sauce that this recipe had called for, but I've used just plain caramel sauce and plain butterscotch before. There we go. We'll just put that right in there. And that just pours. Let's make sure we're at half a cup. And that just scooches right out like that. I think it was actually only half a cup that we needed, so we're going to leave a little bit for left over to drizzle that in. That just mixes up real nicely. I think there's even sugar-free caramel. There's all kinds of ways to do every recipe. We'll take our little scoop here, which is a wonderful tool for most anything. It's not just for ice cream, it's for batter, making consistent amounts into each tart. Look how easy that is. Peanuts are optional, because you never know when you might have somebody with peanut allergies. I think our oven's probably about preheated, so let me put the tartlets in the oven. Timer 1, 15 minutes, and in 15 minutes, we'll have delicious, nutritious, bite-sized treat that are great on any diet. And so grid, we're going to cool those for a minute right there. Look at that, bubbling and steaming, delicious. And I think I can safely say that we're done. So thank you for joining me for making taffy apple tartlets.